Hello, Dota nerds, and welcome back to StarLadder Season 12 America. We are in phase number 2, which is a 4-team double elimination bracket, and our second series today is Voidboys taking on Complexity Gaming. We just witnessed in game number 1 on the back of a Beyond Shadow Fiend and a very impressive Pat Soul Storm Spirit, but to be honest with you, credit all around for Voidboys. They put together a nice, strong draft. That Witch Doctor play at the end, they just kind of sealed the deal. Complexity, it looked like they were going to have some hope there on the back of Ziz and his PL, but it just was not enough. LD, back by my side. Is this going to be a closeout? Will Voidboys take this one away and be 2-0, or do you think Complexity are going to be able to shake that one off and take it to a game 3?
I gotta go with Voidboys. They have won 10 out of their last 11 games against Complexity, E-Hug, Tinker, Summer's Rift. Most of the bigger names in North American Dota, obviously not EG, because it's tough to get a match against EG. They're not played very many tournaments right now, and most of the ones that they are featuring more of the top European teams. Like,
10 seconds remaining.
well, with that said, Batrider will be the first overall pick for the Voidboys.
5 seconds remaining.
They felt compelled to ban out the Shadow Fiend, and they are going to take the Storm away.
Over a Vengeful Spirit, mind you.
And to a lesser extent, I guess, the Disruptor as well.
Okay. I wonder if they grab the Vengeful here on the side of Voidboys, just have the good old Batrider Vengeful combo that we see as an opener for many teams.
Sure, that could work. They could also go for Skywrath. I think Skywrath is really good with Bat. You just lasso into the Mystic Flare, and he's also very good at ganking Storm. But ganking Storm may be tricky. He could be safe lane. We saw that last game for Patzel. He also could be protected by the Shaker. So definitely an option to go for the Venge in your own right if you're Voidboys. And
Reserve time.
Even something like an Ancient Apparition is a possibility. The lasso into Ice Blast. We haven't seen it from them recently.
Silencer.
But yeah, sure.
I mean, this is already with just Earthshaker and Storm Spirit. If this was the Eastern scene, they'd be like, Silencer right now, if not already banned. Like, it's just, you got already 2 big team impact kind of heroes, and I know Storm players, they hate going against Silencer. I hear Charlie get pissed every game that we play together, and they just get a Storm to just nerd sweat against him. But look at this. The Space Cow second pick for Voidboys.
They have been running it a decent amount. It looks like they ran it as a support at least once, twice.
3 times a lady.
I think they've run. I think they run it as a support. At least 2 games out of their last 10. They pick Spirit Breaker both games. At least judging from the draft, it looks like it was a support. Unless they do some crazy like early Batrider jungle, but he can't really jungle off the bat. You do need some, no pun intended. You do need some levels though before you can really rotate into the woods. So
Spirit Breaker just adds so much pressure, and even right off the bat, if you like it, level 1
makes you miserable if you're Storm as well, because no matter you like to split push if you're Storm, kind of play off the map. You always want to get the jump on other people, but not going to be so easy when you're up against this ugly cow.
Could still get like something like you said before in a Disruptor who's good against a bat, and could be helpful against Spirit Breaker. You see it coming and just get the hell back, send him right back, and from that charge he's going to be going back quite a ways. So
10 seconds
I don't know. We'll have to see. Another respect ban towards the Spectre here of Pat Soul, so we don't get to be welcomed by the Pat Soul Spectre, unfortunately, but he's got plenty of heroes up his sleeve here.
Yeah, he's been showing his versatility lately. It looks like they ran a Medusa recently, Slardar another game. He's played Juggernaut. We saw his, I believe it was I think it was Pat Soul and the Bloodseeker when they ran it. I'm trying to remember. They've ran Morphling for him. I mean, the guy has a pretty large hero pool, so you really can't ban him out as a player, but they do try to remove one of the more irritating carries for him to play against, or to play as in the Spectre.
Voidboys are one of those teams that can be frowned upon from a lot of the NA Dota scene. These guys play together as well in their matchmaking.
They're good?
They're good, but
I know Pat Soul is known for some matchmaking shenanigans, to be fair.
There's a dark backstory to Pat Soul, and as far as how matchmaking works, I know that they always pair up as 5 and they try their hardest, and they come back with big results. They seem to win often, but you get in the game and it's like, the Pat Soul stack.
I mean, the guy is apparently known for MMR abuse. I have not researched it that much, so even let's say it's true.
Okay.
Who cares?
Yeah.
How can they MMR abuse a match?
Exactly.
Like, you can hate them all you want for whatever they do in pubs, but when it comes to the matches, they're good. They to me, if they stick together and keep on playing like they are, they look like a team who could well be the second best team with nobody able to match them in North America. I wouldn't say they're there yet, but if they keep on going the way they are, they have a wide variety of drafts. They don't seem to have a weak link as far as their players. You mentioned Beyond's been really stepping his game up. We saw an excellent support game from Mercy Please there. This is a pretty well-rounded team with a variety of strategies. Maybe not the most aggressive team, but they're not afraid to bust out something like a Space Cow. I enjoy watching Voidboys. I guess the other thing is, it's a little bit harder for some fans to interact with them. Some of their players not as comfortable speaking English, but hey, man, they play good Dota. I think they're elevating the NA scene overall. I think they force their opponents to rise to the occasion.
Oh, yeah. They've been a team for quite a while. Voidboys were in it at the Summit, too, to try to battle their way on through. Didn't find as much success then, but, I guess persistence paid off for them, and now they're getting in a lot of results, and they're quickly getting the attention of a lot of people who might have not even known who the Voidboys were like 2 weeks ago. Suddenly they're taking down some of these bigger names, and they're proven to be strong contenders here. And, well, look what they picked up. Two of the heroes we mentioned previously. The Skywrath Mage for Voidboys is indeed going to be grabbed, as you said, and there's that Disruptor for Complexity. So they could be sending back that Space Cow and be good for the Bat. And now the Enigma going to be picked up from Complexity here. Going a bit greedy here. This, or that's an offlane Enigma. That's an Earthshaker Disruptor Enigma.
Unless it's that offlane Earthshaker, Jungle Enigma.
The Yoki-style Empire offlane Earthshaker? Do you think Complexity have caught on to that?
To be honest, I'm not really sure what the conditions are for where you want to run it. It seems like Empire just generally like the hero in the offlane, and the cool thing is you can gank mid really well. Like, he's one of the best heroes to gank mid. And if he's coming from the offlane, sometimes you don't expect it. Like, if you go, let's say you pull the wave, you may not see him rotating towards mid. You don't have the creeps pushing, so you don't know he's missing. It could end up being a really nice offlane Earthshaker game.
I'm going to say it's going to be a support Earthshaker.
Okay.
Fog loves Earthshaker. I think I remember him saying it's his favorite hero, which I'm surprised.
He likes playing the Blink Initiators.
Yeah.
Fog likes to
He used to be all about the Sand King and the Earthshaker. He was called Mantis King for a reason, but he hasn't done it anymore. He's been stuck in a 5 position for Team Fire, and then he kind of moved into a 4 for a little bit, with Moni Beret and Merlini's squad, but we never got to see the resubmerge of the Mantis King. But I want to say this is going to be a support fogged Earthshaker and an Enigma offlane. Possibly TLK just knows how to play a solid Enigma and can do it in the offlane.
So they get the Anti-Mage. A hero that can struggle a bit versus the Disruptor Storm in the early to mid game, but really good Anti-Mage game later on. Storm becomes like a time bomb. You zip in, you use all your mana, bam! Mana Void, your whole team's dead. You have a way to cancel the black hole now, even through BKB, make that 2, I would say the Bat Rider ultimate pretty difficult with the almost 0 range. But you do have the Spirit Breaker ultimate, you have the Anti-Mage Mana Void. So this is not going to be the best game to rely on Enigma as far as the black hole is concerned.
I want to say also it's not the easiest game for Anti-Mage, especially in that mid-game period. Disruptor's got a great silence. Earthshaker could definitely add more lockdown on top of that once he gets his Blink Dagger. The mobility's going to be there. You could never see a fissure coming. Then the follow-through from Enigma. And then this mysterious 5th pick who could be Patsol's pick if Patsol's not going to be going for the Storm Spirit again. So this could be either or. Voidboys anticipating maybe another Void pickup. They ban out the Faceless Void there at the end. So options other than that, if it's a mid lane Storm, this could be a Morphling. This could be a Slark. We'll have to see. Or it's going to be Beyond's mid laner if they want to change it up. But they don't have the information yet. Oh, I'm saying the names for the different team. But for Complexity, they're looking for the potential late game.
Yeah, maybe it's your Swindle hero if they want to throw the Storm into
Swindle
the
has
safe
played
lane for Ziz.
Yeah, Swindle has played Storm if I remember correctly, so it could still be him, and this might be just Ziz's hero.
Yeah. Slark is not bad. Slark's really good versus Bat Rider. They could try to... He's fairly independent as well. Like, they could run Disruptor Slark. No. They could... That was not expected.
No, I haven't seen that.
Lone Druid.
I think this is the first time... I know Lone Druid popped up since the recent changes, but I have not had the pleasure of casting a Lone Druid since that time.
The hero's in an interesting place. We've seen... The most part, I feel, when the hero gets run, it's like that Blade Mail Mask Commandus build, usually a Midas first. Occasionally the Maelstrom AC. I did see one Midas Radiance game, but I haven't seen a game where I felt like, man, Lone Druid really won them that game. The only matches I can think of were DAC, where EG were running the Lone Druid once or twice and had great results. But then again, EG is a world-class team, and they were just winning most of their games in general. So it is a good pushing hero. Voidboys are pretty awful at stopping the push. They have just Firefly. And it seems that may be what Complexity really wants to punish here. Get a strong independent laner, let your Disruptor focus on his early levels, maybe throw that Enigma in the jungle, and then just look to push around like the 15 to 20 minute mark.
So who do you get to counter that mid lane potentially? Queen of Pain seems to be something that bounces out to me that can clear waves and be more mobile. I mean, they already have plenty of that across their team. Bat Rider, Spirit Breaker, Anti-Mage.
You can even run the
+1.
Lone Druid mid is the other thing. And he doesn't really lose to many heroes. Razor's the big hero that he has a tough time against.
Voidboys could still go that here. I anticipate this is going to be the Beyond pick here at the end for their mid lane, and it's going to be a Puck.
You could tell they were torn. That Lone Druid pick caught them a bit off guard. I think they were almost out of time.
You don't really see a Lone Druid pick coming at all in this meta.
No. It's going to be a Patsol Puck. At least for now.
Patsol Puck, huh?
Are they going to swap here?
Anti-Mage just seems to be Patsol to me. I would be very surprised.
So I heard that apparently, like, with Burning and 430 for IG, Burning does not have the Arcana, but 430 does.
So they start and then swap.
Yeah. And like poor Gods and Zioria were theory crafty. Like what kind of mind games do they have? And the only reason they're swapping, supposedly, I'm not sure if this is confirmed, is for the Arcana.
Let's see if that's the case here. They better have some. Oh, there's a swap already. So no, it's not going to be the Arcana swap. They just kind of changed seats here.
Yeah,
already.
I guess there's no Arcana for either of these guys.
Oh, that's a shame. But that makes a lot more sense. Patsol.
It's so funny, you know.
More of your.
I couldn't care less what hats I'm wearing, but. You know, you want to look swag while you're owning, I suppose.
All right, well, here we go. Underway for game number 2 of this best of 3 series between Complexity and Voidboys. Voidboys already up 1 game, looking to close things out on a 2-0, and Complexity looking to stay alive here and try to move on. It's a double elimination bracket, so the losing team will not be knocked out, but they will instead face the loser of our previous series, which was Wheel. So we'll see. I'll introduce your rosters here, and leading off with your Radiant team this time, it's Complexity, TLK, and it looks like indeed will be the off-lane Enigma. He's got the 1 ward. He's going to put it on the side so we can see any sort of dancing side lane supports that could impose their will onto him. Around the mid lane, indeed it is. Fogged playing his Earthshaker, and I got to take a moment to look over this hat real quick. That's right. It's the Green Dream special hat cosmetic, autographed by yours truly.
Okay. I gave him the nickname. You gave him the hat. That's
The dank cap right there.
The dank meme cap.
The dank memer cap. No bias, of course.
It's fun how he's embraced it. You know, someone. I feel like he got mad at one point when someone called him the Green Dream, and then after that, he's just been all about it.
It's just like a wrestler's name. You just got to take it, and run out there. So hopefully, he'll look to bring in the win for that cap. But Swindle Melon's going to be playing your Storm Spirit along the bottom. It's Ziz playing that Lone Druid, and that leaves Z-Freak on your Disruptor here.
The battle begins.
So, Jungle Bat, is it? I guess Bat's jungling and they're offlaning the cow. Right. Trying to match the Enigma greed. Although, as it turns out, there's no need to, because it is in fact the offlane Enigma. Huh. Alright, I've not seen a Bat jungle from level 1 lately. I'm very curious to see how efficient this can be.
Yeah, usually you just need to get to level 2. He might wait and do that side pull on the top lane just to get level 2, and then he has the flight and the sticky.
Could leech a little experience even if he needs to.
because it's hard to do without it. He's got Firefly level 1, but I guess we'll have to see.
He'll look to just kill off the medium camp if he can. Unfortunately, he's got double centaurs, and these are not the easiest heroes to bring down with creeps to bring down with Firefly.
Yep. Z-Freak, he's trying to be the zoner here, but he's got to be careful. He went with the 1 point into Thunderstrike, which will do a nice job keeping him back, but he's been able to aggro this all the way up to his towers. So Spirit Breaker does have some farm to work with, and as far as regen, not a lot of it. Already down to 1 tango. So Fly does have to be careful about how he chooses to use that extra bit of sustain.
Bit unlucky here for Mercy, please. He went for the triple stack, which he almost pulled off. I guess the flames keep on aggroing this camp, so he fireflied. He ran over here, pulled this camp with an auto attack, then came back here and pulled this camp with another auto attack. He got a double stack, almost a triple for himself.
That jungle meta.
The problem is killing the camps, though.
Yeah.
It's level 1 Firefly. It's not particularly great for this. He may even need like a teammate to come in and help him a bit. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Well, for now, though, not level 2. He can kill off another creep, get his level 2, but it is going to be slow going here early on for Mercy, please.
And as anticipated, Fogged had been hanging around that mid lane, even dished off the early fissure there. to maybe help out Swindlemelon's going against Beyond in his puck game right now. He's got that early null, so the right click is a bit deceptive there from your puck, but has the 7-1 CS to
another
Storm's 10-3. But here comes the first charge of the game already, and that's what I'm talking about with the Spirit Breaker. You just kind of add the pressure right off the bat, and here he comes a charging and a knocking on forward. But look how far back Swindle
you're no
is.
tally, bro. You're no tally. The courier. Good something. Oh, he stinks.
Yummy. Thanks for the bling bling, nerd. See you later. Oh, that was...
That hurts. It would have been a lot worse if it's the bottle, though, just because that's how you stay in lane. Then losing your null tally means now you probably get out CS'd, but...
Fog dishes out the fissure here on the Beyond. Beyond's in trouble. Flies here in Viz, though. Might surprise him. Boom! Surprise charge right to the side
They have
of
another orb from
Swindle.
Beyond. It is level 2. They might be able to turn on Swindle here. The long-range
They
shot.
got him. Oh, bop! Got him. First blood going to go to Beyond right there with that last auto attack, and he is so low with 20 life. He walks away before Fog can get there and punch him. And
So
it's 1-1.
I've basically just been watching the Bat Rider. He again went for the triple stack. He got a double. He managed to stack this camp and this camp that time around, but did not get the additional stack here. Still, he's stacking 2 camps every time they spawn. He suicided to neutrals, is now level 2, and he has not gotten a single Mud Golem. He is going to be very happy.
Yeah, it's going to look like, oh, he's only level 2 and he's got not much, but we'll look at something in a different lane, look back, and he'll have a Blink Dagger.
The kind of weird thing with this, though, is like ideally you want that one really fat camp that you can just constantly napalm, and he's kind of alternately missed different camps, so there's no quad stack yet, but he does have a nice triple. And he's going to begin trying to farm them all up.
Yeah, I'm surprised Complexity, I mean, Bat's not on the map, so you know what he's doing. They don't have a ward in there. They're not really moving with these supports to kind of see if they can scout anything out, though. Even if they did, they don't really have anyone who can kind of take over that jungle and do it themselves. So they're just going to make the best of it. Fog's still there by Swindlemelon's side. Looks like they trade off a bit of regen for each other as he heads back towards the bottom where the 4-minute rune does spawn, but flies the one to grab it up on his Spirit Breaker. He hasn't really been planted in that bottom lane ever since that charge towards mid, it feels like. Plants a ward himself, and maybe he looks to find his next charging target here. Could be on mid. Beyond makes his return, has a bottle up DD. If they can take Swindle down again before he reaches level 6, that would be pretty ideal for Voidboys.
Yeah, this is the time to strike. It would be a good opportunity to go, and there's no Radiant Vision. Here comes the cow, but Fog is waiting in position. They know he's coming. There's no reason for the puck to go otherwise, and very good anticipation here by Fogged. They actually catch Beyond out a little bit. Not the easiest kill, though.
No. And all the meanwhile, just like in the last game, Ziz has had a full lane to work with, this time, though, on his lone druid. And I'm curious to see if he's going to use this early advantage to go with that Midas kind of a build, or if he's got something else in mind. You got to remember, the bear now, with that bit of mana, we could see, what, Necrobooks, Mask of Madness, Dagon. I don't know what the hell berries could use now, but the options are definitely more abundant.
There's some fun combos as far as like effective ones. The main one, besides your standard either Maelstrom AC or Radiance, is that Mask of Madness Blade Mail build. As to how good it's going to be this game, I'm not really sure. I feel kind of torn about that build. It's a cool build. Theoretically, it's very strong. I haven't actually seen it work too often, but then again, haven't seen many Lone Druid games in general, but my eyes continue to be fixed to Mercy, please. Oh, they might find Fly here bottom. Z-Freak is painting out the side shot bottom lane.
Aha!
They're going to spot out the cow. He does have a charge, but there is a glimpse available to prevent any easy retreat, and he's going to get corralled and dealt with.
Very nice work. Moving the bear up and behind as well, just to ensure the block. They don't even need to use the glimpse, but there was nowhere he was going to go. Even if he tried to charge out, that glimpse would have been there
I think this is
ready.
the Bat's Blink. Once he finishes this nice fat stack here. Maybe not quite the Blink, but it's close.
Fat stack. Blazing his way through it. Yeah. 1,200, 1,300 gold.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be a surprise, man. He'll be able to afford a blink and a smoke soon, and then one of these laners is going to be in for a rude awakening here. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to target out either the Storm Spirit or just rid of this Lone Druid's early farm.
That's 1,700 gold. He has not fully killed it off yet, though. He's going to try to finish it with auto attacks. It looks like he needs one more stack. Does he have anything waiting? Not quite. He may just do like the 3-camp rotation and, you know, bring them all down, but still, this is a very impressive level 1 jungle bat. To be honest, I didn't realize you could do it quite this efficiently, but Impressive showing from Mercy. Please, we'll get a very respectful bottle charge from Bian. Happy to invest now in the Blink Dagger future.
Yep. And it looks like that
they have another
stack is over
ready.
here. Yeah. Okay. And that's going to be your Blink Dagger. So very nicely timed Blink Dagger, who's for a bat that's been missing off the map for quite a while here. Patzel also has a lot of free farm work here in the top lane on your AM. And he's going right for the Battle Fury build, it looks like. At least for now, he has a Ring of Health. So I don't know if he's... I anticipate he's not much of a fighter when he plays these kind of get-ups as he does with his Spectre, with his Morph. He's probably just going to build up the Battle Fury as your farm accelerator and just move on from there.
Who's the one player? I think it was Goritz from HR. That's like the one guy... Oh, bottom lane. They find Fly.
Yeah. Same setup as before. They got the kinetic field. Midnight Pulse is even there, and he's going to charge out, but he goes face first into Fogg's Fissure, and he goes down.
That was the sad times. So they do lose the... They give up a couple of kills here, score 3-1, but the Blink is already out. With the smoke, level 6 also picked up. They are going to lose 1 tower. They may even lose 2. The issue for Voidboys is, yeah, they've got a fast Blink. They don't counter push. We talked about this in the draft. This could end up costing them a bit.
See you later.
Trying to glimpse... they glimpse him, but he's just going to jaunt himself.
Yep.
Right back.
That's where things get tricky. I remember that. Saw that same kind of interaction.
You can't phase shift the glimpse, but you can just orb and then jump.
Oh, charge on forward. They want Ziz. They get a hold of him with that lasso. There's a debut of your Blink Dagger. Proves to be a success, and they do take down that lone Druid, and that halts the push here from Complexity on the bottom lane. Well, top lane, they do manage to finish off the tier 1, but it's actually denied from Swindlemelon on the back end. So, though they lose 1, Complexity take away that bit of extra gold from Patzel on the top lane. But they are able to bring down Ziz.
So he's going the burning build. Early treads. Not trying to mess around with like a naked Battle Fury rush. To be honest, it's really not worth it. You want the treads anyway for the farm speed, and there are so many times where if you just have boots, you could end up just dying, especially to a hero like Storm, a great initiator that they can use the Disruptor as follow-up once you hit 6. So gets the early treads, Quelling Blade, Poor Man's Shield, Ring of Health. Now your Battle Fury comes next. There's nothing else he needs to buy. He's got all his basic items. And if KoL don't gank him soon, well, can they invest in the future becomes the question. They do have a Storm. Matches up okay against Anti-Mage later on. Again, he can become a ticking time bomb to some extent. BKB or Lincoln Sphere can somewhat deal with Mono Void, but they're going to zip in mid. To Beyond.
Yeah. Do they have enough? They don't. In fact, with Omega Poner there, they just turn it right back on his head.
And they're charging.
And they want Fog. Fog tries to get off the stun before he shows up, but it's too late. They're committed for it. Static Storm as Z-Freak shows up. Can he get one at least here with Beyond? He can, but he might also lose his life as Mercy Please flies on forward and starts roasting him up. Takes down the Disruptor. Fly could drop thereafter. Will go down from the Malphus, but then they quickly snag up the Enigma. Back and forth we go. This Enigma could be the 4th casualty for Complexity and will be. Double kill for Bat as he walks away barely alive, 40 HP.
2 1-1 jungle Bat at 10 minutes. With a blink, with 1,700 gold. He's almost got the Force Staff if he wants it. Perhaps we see the BOTs. I think he's going to maybe even spend and just suicide to neutrals. Let's see. At this stage of the game, you are dead for a while. We'll find a counter kill mid. Sorry if I caused you to miss that one, but looks like Swindle jumped in and got Omega Poner. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they're making a go on Ziz.
Yeah, I don't think
this lone Druid's starting to rack up the deaths here.
Dead. He's dead. There's nowhere to go, no mana for a TP, and just an emphatic mana void at the end as your cherry on top from Patzel.
This is such a just classic 4 protect one by the Voidboys. It's a little, it's got like a little unusual flair with the jungle bat and the offlane Spear Breaker, who we, certainly don't see very often in Chinese Dota, but they've gotten the early kills. They use the Blink Dagger to create space. The team rotates well around it, and now they just start racking up the kills on the lone Druid. There's nobody who's getting out of control. Sure, Storm can match up with Anti-Mage later on, but he's not going to one-man out-carry him. He needs the team backing him up. And Voidboys, they're at a point now where I don't know if Complexity can really push into them. They're going to try for it. But if this push backfires, they're in a lot of trouble. And already, your BOTs are out on the bat, so he can start ratting if he so chooses. He's going to TP top another smoke and another rotation. Do they try and take this 5v5 mid? It is going to be tricky without the Anti-Mage.
Moving in from the north here. This tier 1 already going to go down, but if it's like last time, they will truck on forward and try to add pressure on the tier 2.
Can they kidnap the Shaker? The pings come out.
Yeah, they see him. They grab him. It's silenced, kidnapped, brought to the high ground and over and above and away from his team. And now on the backside, you can see a nice coil set up from beyond, locks the Enigma in place, who still has that black hole, but they get that kill on the Fog. Dude, Complexity stay and risk fighting.
Batrider is just holding this game in the palm of his hand right now for Voidboys. If he did not have a blink, they would have no way to deal with this team, but every single blink gank so far has worked. And still, they're going to try to push in. They still lack D-push on Voidboys. They try to address the push with this orb, but you're not killing the bear with the orb. Complexity doing a little chip damage, but
you gotta do something.
Patsol's farming, man. He's almost got Battle Fury.
Yeah, he's farming up. If they want to kind of continue to add the pressure so that AM has less places to farm, they got to get those towers down, but it looks like they can't overcommit without Fog being there. No Echo, no extra fissure protection. He pulls back and just helps out with that top lane, and Complexity can't follow through with that tier 2. So Voidboys up and ahead, 8-6. Only about a 500 gold lead, but it does feel like it's going a bit better for them than that. I mean, Swindle's got his 1 Oblivion Staff, no early Soul Ring.
Swindle may get charged here.
Yeah, but he's...
Fly's just waiting for it.
There it is. The signal comes out. They're going to make the charge happening. Mercy, please. Could be en route. 10 seconds for that lasso.
He does get spotted here.
He pulls back. It does force out a rotation from Fogged.
That's the cool thing about Spirit Breaker. The charge has such a low cooldown. You know, you throw a charge one lane, they TP there, you throw a charge another lane.
Yeah.
Maybe they TP there. First of all, you're wasting their time and their gold. And then eventually the TPs are on cooldown. And then you can find your kill. Which may be what they look for here. Another smoke. I think this is their last one for a while, though. They're out for 6 minutes after this. Want to get that one more kill. If they can slow down the Storm again or even the Shaker, they find him.
Fogged. My dank cap. He's going to get annihilated. Oh, he's very low. Still alive as the charge will continue moving in. And, well, Swindle Melons is able to get a hold of a Mega Poner. But Fog, can he get away? Yes, he can. Nice Fizzer drop right there. Z-Freak, 5 seconds for the level 4 glimpse.
Oh, they should be able to get him as well. Yeah. They can glimpse him back, fly.
Get on over here.
Does have a charge cooling down, but they wrangle him in a little bit. Can they bring him down? Yep, he's done.
Good grab.
Well, they wanted to slow down Swindle, it looked like. They end up feeding him a double. Still, Patsol, Battle Fury online. Before the Orchid comes out, and the way AM farms, this is going to be a 3 to 5 minute window to start getting kills.
Then he gets that Manta, and your Orchid is not so good. Not against this AM.
And there's no follow-up ganker, right? Like, they don't have a Spirit Breaker on their team. Oh, Patsol. Oh, TLK wanted to black hole that.
TLK's like, you want to play? I'm ready to play, man. I'll drop down this black hole. I'll have help here in a hurry.
All right. Mask of Madness Bear. They're going very early to mid-game here. Orchid Storm, Mask of Madness Bear. If they don't get the kills and they're trading farm, they will fall really far behind. I guess we never mentioned it. You probably showed it at some point, but Puck does have a Midas, so as far as like the late game looks for Voidboys, they're in really good shape. As long as they weather this storm that's coming in the next 3 to 5 minutes. That's kind of your window for Complexity. Beyond that, they're going to struggle.
As long as they weather this storm spirit. Am I right? Yeah. 8-8. Even on that front, though, and yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, if all Voidboys wanted to do was have a good mid-game impact where they can create space for Patsol on the back of this Batrider Blink, it's going very well. And with the Midas online for Puck, he's got to be getting Blink next, which he's very close to, 1800. And so he'll be able to kind of try to keep back this top lane push, which is coming from CoL. They'd like to get this tier 1.
All right, Orchid's out. This is your time.
This is your time.
They are smoked mid, just waiting. And praying for a jump in. Anti-Mage uses his own blink offensively, but there's backup waiting. He was actually trying to bait. Well, wasn't expecting the Static Storm. Perhaps Patsol will go down. Big start to the fight for Complexity. Getting that precious Anti-Mage kill. Can they find Omega Pawner? Echo Slam? Nope. He barely makes it out. Meanwhile, they glimpse Mercy, please back. And he'll say, thank you, sir. And blink away. But they get the Anti-Mage kill. That is the one kill they must continue to get to prevent him from pulling out of control.
Yeah, good grab. Good Static Storm dropped right on the head of Patsol. And Batrider jumped over the Static Storm to get the grab onto Disruptor, but couldn't even finish him off. So the damage had been done. It does force out a lot of rotations from Complexity. They pull back and away from that top lane. The tier 1 does go down. I'm not sure if it got denied or taken, but Voidboys just have to make do with it. And Patsol, maybe what started as a potential bait, ends up not working out too well, and now he's forced to switch skins. He's no longer the hooded anti-mage, he's now the blind one. So that's the first time he goes down, and because of that swap of style, the burning. I guess how fitting to
Radiant's
work with the
bottom
build.
tower.
Why wouldn't you want to wear the burning mythical gear? He's doing the burning build.
Dire's top
Sweet
tower
stack
is
here
under
as he gets to
attack.
work with that.
He is building Vlad's, does not have it yet though. That makes the
Dire's
stack kind of a pain. Really might want the cow to tank it for him.
Yeah, he's eating a lot of damage. So Fly comes in and goes, "Let me help. Let me help with this."
You pathetic little
Radiant's
anti-magus.
middle tower is
Well,
under
they're pushing
attack.
top lane though, and you can hear the Mask of Madness bear going to work. And your
Patsol's not going to be able to
down.
join them though. And actually the Radiant team has vision of this. They may jump him with the storm. He's coming in now.
Whoa! And he's dead. Just as I
Neutral's
come on
got
over.
the last hit though. And he cleans up the stack.
Thanks for the
Meanwhile,
money.
top, there's a big fight brewing. TLK has his ultimate. He does pop
Turn
the mech.
around,
and
black hole could be coming. Where is it? He's holding it. Not enough mana now.
Has the soul rain, but doesn't want to use it. As the oh, nice echo from Fogged onto 2. And still no black hole. The backstep charge. TLK gonna tank it. But they can't bring him down. The Swindle joins the fight. A series of very unfortunate events. They're losing multiple heroes. The anti-mage dying twice. That was pretty risky to farm that stack with
Yeah.
such low HP, but you know, it's the OP ward, man. That ward just so good for the Radiant team.
Void
Doing
Boys
work
have to
again?
be onto it now. They have to know that they have that vision and go for the D ward, but will they have the chance to? If Complexity get this tier 2, all outer towers will already be gone from Void Boys, and then getting outside of your base becomes a bit of a challenge in itself. You got to have that buddy system in play, get a gem, find a way to just kind of make sure you can secure farm for your Pat Soul AM,
Dire's middle tower
who is
has
going to
fallen.
be the dark horse for your team. Becomes a lot harder now that all these towers have been taken down. Very good work, though, from Complexity. This was their mission to try to eliminate all these objectives quickly, and now they have the map to farm. They could work in the Void Boys jungle, taking it away. It looks like TLK could
He's
be
got to
doing
know
that.
this is warded, right?
I mean, he should.
I mean, he does have his team nearby. Okay, so they're gonna keep flying in the neighborhood just in case. But you can see the constant pings every time he goes to those ancients. Complexity just waiting to see if there's any sort of opportunity to kill him off. And at this point, since he chooses to go Vlad's, it is a better item to stay off the
Radiant's
map
bottom tower
as an
is under
anti-mage.
attack.
It helps you just clear the jungle, always be at full HP, so you're less vulnerable to ganks, but you also don't have the mana to deal with that.
Beyond, trying to get him with the Orchid, but uh-oh. Yep, that's not going to work. Thought he had a good little pick right there on the puck, but was apparently not aware that Fly, Spirit Breaker, and an Omega Poner Skywrath Mage were just behind. So they quickly charge and drop down the Mystic Flare, and your Storm Spirit goes down.
Radiant's middle
And now it's
tower
Void
is under
Boys.
attack.
Taking it back the other way, trying to add some pressure on this mid lane, but here comes Ziz. Gets scouted out with a concussive shot. And Void Boys kind of second-guess their commitment
They
here.
are not killing him without Mystic Flare. No, no top lane. They found Pat Soul again. Is this going to be death number 3? Glimpse is available. He'll blink out. They'll pull
Got
him
him.
right back in. Mana Void, not going to be enough even if he drops it. And a third death. They are just preying on Pat Soul, though.
Oh.
He'll get some redemption here. Beyond at least able to clean up that Enigma. Now bottom. Chase goes the other way. The Mask of Madness Lone Druid. First hit root. Nope. Second hit root. Nope. Third hit root. Nope.
You are no Bulldog, sorry.
Fourth hit root.
Nope.
Nope. Fifth hit root.
Nope.
No roots for you, sir.
Fifth, sixth,
How many roots can we get?
7. That's a world record, I think. 8. 8 no root hits. Congratulations, Ziz. Go out there and buy a lotto ticket.
Oh, man.
Oh,
He's got to be so
bear
mad.
shit. That was ridiculous.
20% entangle.
What are the... I don't even want to try to do the math. I'm sure someone out there is going to do it and tweet it out there, but that's
Furiously.
ridiculous. That's 8 hits, no root. At least from what I saw.
The math is not on his side.
They had Fly
Well, the
there.
math is on his side. The luck is not on his side, I should say.
Oh. Very unfortunate. But hey, that means more than likely he'll get a first root hit the next time, right? We'll see if that's the case. A nice little D-ward here from Z-Freak, scouting that maybe Roche could be something that either team considers, wants to eliminate any
I'm
extra
not
vision.
sure. I'm not sure if Entangle do you know if it uses pseudo-random distribution or is it true random like the Spirit Breaker Bash? Oh, Fogged. He's got Echo. Oh, he wants to use it.
On to 3. Static Storm follow-up. Is able to lock in 2 with the kinetic field, but not Fly. So Fly goes right on to Fog. Bash thereafter, and they do take him down. So it's the Shaker who gets dropped. Batrider barely makes it out alive. And they make a go for Swindle. Blink in, lasso, immediate glimpse back, but that's not going to matter too much. They already got him out of position, and Patsol's going to be able to clean him up. A double kill for Patsol after being brought down, what, twice? So he's right back into this. Here comes the charge on the Ziz. Please, can I get some roots now? Tries to get out the right-click root, but his bear gets bashed in behind. Now he's isolated on his own.
He's going to get one root here right before he dies.
Oh, nope, not there.
Not
Still
even.
no roots. Sorry, buddy. Not happening. Oh, big Klimp's back. Helps with Patsol, but Fly keeps moving forward. Gets the charge on the Z-Freak, and there it is. A big connect there at the end.
So that entire fight fell apart because Skywrath instantly silenced the Shaker after the Echo. He did not get off a fissure. Cost them the entire fight.
That would have been.
He gets off the fissure there. They get 2 kills, and I think Voidboys just back off, and it's a 2-0, maybe a 2-1. Incredibly fast fingers on Omega Punter. I don't know if they saw the rune get picked up or if he just was ready to cast it on someone expecting to jump in or preparing to go on the offensive, but man, that was a super fast silence. It might have actually been the puck even, I'm not sure, but one of them got off a really fast silence and completely turns that fight.
That's the thing, there's still...
And all of a sudden, Anti-Mage, they shut him down so much. He was behind, I think he was behind the Lone Druid before that fight. Now, 11,000 net worth, Manta en route. He's already got the Yash up, has the recipe gold. Just needs that ultimate orb. And once he gets the Manta, the game gets a lot harder for complexity in terms of shutting him down.
It becomes very rough unless you can, what, get a Agnum Scepter on your Disruptor. Do they really consider maybe prioritizing the farm here for Z-Freak, who does conveniently have a Blink Dagger already, which is very good for your Glimpse setups and quick jump in Static Storms, but not going to matter once, you know, maybe a potential Manta could save him or a future BKB. We'll have to see what they want to do with Z-Freak at this point. Swindle, though, after completing out that Orchid, he's already going right next for that Bloodstone. No surprises there. But, yeah, that Manta not going to help a lot when you're trying to lead things off with this Orchid. So, even though we're back to square even about with the net worth, actually slightly in favor of Voidboys, they controlled the XP pretty significantly, about 6k XP for themselves. We'll see what their next step's going to be here.
I'm really enjoying the chat doing math right now. There's so many terrible versions of the math.
Because we're going to have like what, 17 math professors probably watching this, I'm sure. and then another...
And then some people who...
And then
who
10,000 trolls. They're just throwing out numbers.
The worst part is I think some of them are serious. And
they're like, actually, it's technically a 16.7% chance that you'd get the root there on that 6th bracket. But no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'm sure somebody in chat said the right thing. I'm kind of trying to
0.000256% chance. Congratulations on winning the lotto there.
I think it's apparently it's true random though. So since it's not
every time, it's
not pseudo random distribution, meaning like you don't. It's not more likely that you get a root because you haven't got one in a while, which is how some other spells like Void Smash works. So.
Yeah, no, this is just.
If it is true random, then that makes it not that ridiculous. I wasn't sure. If it was pseudo random. It's still pretty unlikely though.
Well, they move into pit here. Complexity trying to do a fast one here on Voidboys, but they got a Bat Rider. This is scary to do. They do have the ward. But
they might want to jump him before he dewards this.
Can they? He can flame break and just kind of disorient them.
Storm does not want to risk it.
Okay, goes for TLK, brings him up to the high ground if they can rid this Enigma quick enough, which they will. But they still manage to take down the Roche. They grab up the Aegis, Ziz takes it, and they want to get the hell out of there.
All right. Not terrible. Anti-Mage was farming that whole time, though, has the Manta. It was just a little weird that they saw the Bat Rider and like, whatever. We're gonna let this one go. What team's still with a ward there? I thought they bought a gem.
They have a gem on the Bat Rider.
Oh,
I thought,
it's on the courier.
Oh, they didn't take it with them.
I was like, where's the Bat's gem? Did he already lose it? Did he just give it to a teammate? But
takes it back and he's
so
gonna
he
get
didn't
rid of
know the
ward.
hill was warded.
Well, now he does.
Oh well. Yeah,
get that ward out of here.
That'll be quickly dealt with.
Get that. Yeah. Screw you.
It's not often you see a team like when that hill's warded and they see a hero just calmly hit Roche. They'll either back out of the pit or jump the bat. But
yeah,
they choose option 3, which is give up one hero, get the Aegis.
They did kind of back up a bit when they saw the bat, so that kind of gave Voidboys the impression that maybe they have an idea as far as what the hell's going on, but yeah.
It was pretty low. It was a bit risky to try and run away at that point.
Yeah.
So, we're going to see Anti-Mage after the Manta pick up an Ogre Club. Petzl going into a BKB here. there are a lot of ways to deal with him. You especially have to be worried about that glimpse in a static storm. BKB will give you solutions to both of those things. The Ags is nowhere in sight for Z-Freak, and speaking of Z-Freak, he's got a Blink Dagger, so I think because of Glimpse, BKB is a really smart choice here for Pat Soul.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd probably go into your Heart, your Butterfly, but this is the automatic guaranteed I'll be able to do stuff in a fight.
Complexity supports will probably need to take it up a notch to try to really help out. They need to get Fogged his Blink Dagger, which he's got about 1,800 gold still.
Oh, you know what the percentage is? 3.22%.
You're lying.
The chat's telling us right
3.22. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Exactly 3.22.
Exactly 3.22%. How funny would it be if it actually was on this day of days?
March 22nd.
It's Dota Doomsday.
The day of the throw, which we really haven't seen a lot of today. That first series...
Would you call that game one of the last series the throw, or was it just a good comeback from Tinker?
I think it was a good, strong defense from Tinker. Maybe just things crumbled a bit, but it wasn't a throw. It wasn't like they just...
It wasn't like an aggressive feed fest or something.
I've seen plenty of throws. That wasn't a throw.
Oh, they're waiting to set up on Zizzy bottom. He's got the Aegis, but they might be able to kill him twice. They really would like to have the anti-mage here to do this. Man, he is just in the perfect position to die twice, huh?
Totally away from his friends.
They're like, okay, there's got to be some heroes behind him. Oh, wait.
They're like vultures as they circle the area here.
They're trying to find the smoked heroes behind him, I think. So they're like, there's no way that this lone druid is that much on his own. And, well, in fact, there's nobody there, but now there is a gang on the way.
This could be bad timing for Voidboys. If they make the committed jump now, help is going to be there now.
Now they want to run.
Uh-oh, Mercy Please trying to get out, but not going to happen. Fissure, Glimpse, Malphus. There's 3 different things to stop that TP, and they use all 3 of them just to make sure that he doesn't go anywhere.
That's so unfortunate. That's one of those, like, they catch you off guard with their hero being out of position plays, basically. Could have just popped the Aegis and backed off, but now they have to fight high ground with no Bat Rider. This is going to be tough. Now Storm zipping in. They're going to find the courier. Did it have anything on it? Add a point booster for Bian. And that means, well, I guess not the biggest deal in the world. I don't think that's what they're going to buy. He doesn't have his eggs yet.
Move in. Tier 3 goes down. These buildings get dropped pretty fast with a lone druid. I know it's been a while since we've seen the hero really in competitive play, but don't forget the siege power he actually has. And look at that. There goes one Rax. They gotta do something.
They're gonna go on him right now. Try to bring down Zizzy once. The bear still going to work. They're all just sitting back.
There's the root.
He is the Aegis.
And the bear will end up being dropped. And Ziz walks away. I think Complexity are going to be happy with that push.
Oh, the other thing is they got the gem as well. They got the gem, and now Mercy Please getting silenced. He doesn't find the jump in. Not a great way to start the fight. The cow comes charging forward. There's a BKB black hole on TLK, though. He BKBs. He looks for the hole. Is he going to find one? It's only Pat Soul he gets, but really, if they can bring down the anti-mage, it's well worth it. Will they get a nice timely root? Missed it, or the static storm waiting. They kill off the AM. They'll bring down the bird. We might be headed to a game 3 here. 4 heroes fall. A massive defeat here at the bottom lane for the Voidboys. After a flawless start, they're just crumbling under the onslaught.
Blinks up. Orb quickly trying to jump over. Oh, can't make it away. Ultra kill for Swindle, though. On his Storm Spirit. Badly beaten and wounded. TLK and Ziz, they're just strutting their way. They want to finish what they started here on the bottom of the Voidboys base and take down this range Rax. Don't forget that range Rax. We want to go for mid. Going right for the tier 3. They're going to use the bear to soak up the damage. Does force out the buyback from beyond. Bat Rider still alive and well. Skywrath will be back in 5 seconds here. That other Rax does go down. How much damage can Complexity do before Voidboys can put up their own defense? Looks like they'll get the tier 3 and try to walk away. Mercy Please gets the lasso back. There's the Glimpse follow-up, and Ziz is still safe. Though charge is on him, I don't think they can follow through with this, or will they?
They're going to try for it.
Here they go. Whoop, never mind.
That was an awkward time to decide to back as Fog will come in with the big echo. Follow-up Fissure connects as well. Fly dropping low will fall. And this might be 2 lanes of Rax now. Well, you just fed us 2 kills. Your lasso's on cooldown.
And a Glimpse.
We're coming
and into a Static Storm. See you later, Beyond. He's going to get taken care of. Double kill for Swindle after the 4-man takedown bottom. Your Storm just went from doing all right to doing pretty damn well, as he's got about near 5k in reserve, and now this mid lane Rax is going to go down, and it is looking like game number 3 is definitely a possibility here.
Well, that polished early game play from Voidboys just crumbled under some pressure from Complexity. 3 mid-game deaths after the Battle Fury from the Anti-Mage. Then the time bottom where, right before that push, where they had a free kill on the Lone Druid. If you pop Ziz's Aegis, I don't think Complexity pushes there. But unfortunately, they waited too long because they were like sure there was a CRO smoke behind them. There wasn't anyone there. And then when they went in, it was too late. They had already grouped up. They end up losing their Bat Rider, had no buyback. That cost them lane of racks. Then they try to defend. They end up giving up more kills, and now we go to a game 3. It was a bit of a risky draft in the sense that they did not have much counter push against a last pick Lone Druid with an Enigma. So you know that Complexity can win the game early if they get those kills, and they got just enough.
Good work for Complexity, even with their bad root luck. They managed to pull it off. And I got word from the Phage guy, who I do trust as a good stats man. He says there's an 80% chance to miss each time, which is no surprise with a 20% chance to root. But with the math, it looks like 16.8% chance of no root 8 times in a row. So very lucky there for Ziz.
Yeah, doesn't end up hurting him.
No,
just puts him on tilt a little bit.
All right, well, good for them. They're able to go 1-1, and look at this, LD. We have another 3-game series on our hands. So which team is going to battle it on and make their way through the upper bracket, and which one's going to be stuck facing Wheel in the lower bracket? We'll have that answer soon, and that's going to be coming up just next. I'm KotLGuy. That's LD. We're Beyond the Summit, bringing you the coverage here for StarLadder Season 12. Stick around for more Dota action.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning! Solid as a rock! Cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace! Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!